Hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and it's Wednesday. I'm running late for work today, totally my own fault. It took me longer than I thought it was going to get Bina set up. I've relocated him for the day into the kitchen, where he has access to obviously food and water, but also to the back deck if he needs to go out. But it stops him having to go up and down stairs, which if I put him anywhere else, he's going to need to do. So I wanted him to get into the habit of being in the kitchen during the day. So his bed's there, and his blankies and his favorite toys are there, and all the other things that make his life normal. However, he has never been limited in the house before. So for him that's really strange. He can't quite work out what's going on, and I can't explain it to him, unfortunately. That I am trying to do this for his comfort, not for his discomfort. So anyway, we hope that he's going to be okay. I've got my tenant's boyfriend checking on him during the day. If he can, if he's available, sort of thing. So everybody's in the picture here. Everybody's doing what they can to make it easy. He did really well this morning, by the way. I took him out about 7:30, and he walked down the stairs pretty well, and then he walked outside really well. And in fact, I think if I'd given him the opportunity, he would have crossed the road and gone on a walk with me. Not that I wanted him to do that, because it's been suggested to just keep him as calm as possible. But that was good that he was feeling that strong. So I think it's a mixture of just keeping him quiet so he doesn't do more damage, but also keep him active so that he keeps using those muscles. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm hoping that everything will be okay, because I've got to do a road trip in the beginning of August. Just a quick weekend one. So I want to make sure that he's okay for that. And if not, that the family is okay with that. When I say the family, it's everybody in my household. That's what I call the family. So hopefully they will be. So that's fine. We didn't get any letters yesterday, so that's unusual. We normally get 1 or 2 each day, but we did get a lot of people reacting to the story about Bina. So I really thank you all for your deep concern and your prayers and for your kindness. It's a very, very difficult time, but it's not an unexpected time. So as sad as I may be, and you know that I am, I have been grieving this for some time leading into this, as I did to Bina's predecessor, Bud. Bud also, started to slow down and started to have issues. And people were quite surprised that just 2 months after Bud passed that I got Bina. Well, the reason is because I try and grieve a lot of my grieving before they go, so that I'm not resentful of trying to help another dog. I wonder if that makes any sense to anybody. And then, of course, it's the whole issue of trying to get people past the fact that I remember this so well with Bud. When Bud passed and Bina came, Bina was the orangutan uh, with a tail like an ox and very hyper. And Bud had been such a quiet, peaceful dog. He was a moving floor ornament in his latter days. Bud, Bud literally, moved from one sleeping place to another, and that was about his total contribution for Bud's last year. When it's not totally true, but by comparison. And then, if you can imagine that we had lived with that sort of psyche for about a year, and then Bina came in. And Bina was like a hyperactive teenager without Ritalin. He was insane, is what he was. And this tail that really was just like an oxtail going 300 miles a minute. And as you heard, so fast and so hard that he actually broke his own tail on my walls. Very clever dog. So it took a long time, and a lot of people were very judgmental of him. Well, he's not like Bud. Well, no, of course he's not like Bud. He's not trained. He's fresh out of the pound. He doesn't know anything about anything. He has no manners. He has no fancy tricks that you enjoy. Of course he's not Bud. He's Bina. And to try and get people to see him in his own light as opposed to the light of Bud, who could run messages backwards and forwards and could do all sorts of fancy tricks, took quite a while. I would say probably 2 years for some. Quite amazing that they just couldn't see him as his own dog. He was always compared to Bina, to Bud. And now, of course, whatever dog I bring in next will be compared to Bina. And it's a big issue for me because that I want to get a smaller dog. I've always had these big dogs. But you also know that I'm going to end up at the pound, and which are the dogs that have been there the longest? The German Shepherds. And so it'll be very, very difficult for me. And I know that. Because when I went to go and get Bina, I really did go in for a medium to small dog. But I don't like yappy dogs. They drive me insane. If you've got a yappy dog, I apologize. I just personally don't do that well. And it took me a long time to get Bina trained, so if there's something that upset him, he could bark to warn me. But one bark warns me. You don't need to terrorize the neighborhood. And it's actually quite funny now, because that's what he will do. He'll do one bark. And if I don't come, he'll do another bark. Of course, if he does more than one or two, I know it's a cat. Because there's training and then there's a cat. That's a whole different ball of wax for him. It's much cloudier today. I'm just trying to see what the temperature is. It's 18 already. Mind you, I'm running a bit later than normal. And 65 American. But it's slightly overcast. It's muggy. I think that's the best word for it. Really muggy. So I'm going to try and sort of fit in a bit of extra time each day to make up for the day that I had to take on Monday to look after Bean. So what I will do is every day I will work just a few minutes extra and let it add up. The other thing I could do, of course, is to work on Friday, which is my retirement Friday. But I really find I need that for me. And in fact, I'm trying to justify right now that by next year I will try and organize that I have 3-day weeks. In other words, that I take Fridays and Mondays off. It's difficult to do psychologically. Because then the next step is retirement. And you know, it's not just the change in income, but you have to also think it's a change in benefits in terms of the benefits I have at work. You know, dental and medical, stuff like that. So all that is changed as well. And that's why it's really scary to do. Well, everybody, I'm actually almost falling asleep here driving myself to work, so I think I better just concentrate and get to driving and make some intelligent decisions here. So this is DearMamaSal saying, I'll speak to you later. Bye for now.